Hello and welcome to episode number 14 of Ladies and Gentledice. Say hello, Ladies and Gentledice.
Hello.
Hi, it's very nice to see everybody again. Rox, you have stuff to say?
Oh my gosh, I always have so much to say.
You sure do.
Welcome, folks. If you are just catching up with us and this is your first time watching, you can find all of our previous content on YouTube. So the previous 13 episodes are up on YouTube for you to, I think they are as of now, correct?
There should be.
They should be. Excellent for you to check out. And our new episodes are aired on Twitch every other Sunday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. And they're also rerun on Wednesdays on Twitch at 7 p.m. Pacific time. You can follow us on Twitter at Gentledice. You can follow us on Instagram, which I should really update. That's Ladies and Gentledice. We're on, obviously, YouTube. We have a Discord. Check out our link tree, linktree.ee/Ladies and Gentledice, and you can find the Discord link there. And I think that's everything. Yeah. Oh, we upload our new episodes to YouTube Mondays.
Mm-hmm.
So
well, we try to. I try my absolute darndest, and sometimes lately it hasn't been happening. But you know what? I'm gonna try for you. You guys keep me accountable, and I'm saying this to my players and also to you, the audience. Just send me anonymous threats or something. I don't know. Actually, no, don't do that. Don't do that. That's a very volatile thing to say on the internet.
And that's it.
Anyway, okay.
HR says it's a no-go.
No. HR says it's a no-go. Okay, so don't send me anonymous. Do not send me.
If Keithan is our HR, we're fucked.
Okay. So, don't send me anonymous threats. Just send me gentle reminders that, hey, what the fuck are you doing, Haley? You got shit to do. Anyway. So, thank you so much, Rox, for reminding everybody about the about our socials and everything else. Before we get into the episode, I wanted to talk about our level up. At the end of the last episode, I may or may not have mentioned it on camera that we have leveled up. Our characters are now level 5. Level 5, big old level 5 kids. So, before we get started, what kind of shit you get? What kind of stuff did you do? What'd you get at level 5?
I got 3rd level spells.
Ooh, exciting.
Yes, and I figured out how to use them.
Fuck yeah.
I've never done it good before, and I was just like, huh? So yeah, that's the big thing for me. And I've got a couple of ones that are always prepared because I'm a forest circle druid. Cool. I can summon shit now, like summon fae and animals and stuff like that. It's on, folks. You can summon animals, not conjure animals. I don't have to worry about conjuring animals yet. Somebody made a TikTok about how there's no rule about where you can conjure the animal. It just has to be 60 feet away from you. So you could technically just summon a cow 60 feet in the air and crush someone.
You saw that too? You saw that too?
I sure fucking did.
Oh,
and if any of you guys try to pull that shit on me, I'll let you have it one time, but never again. is my answer to that.
You use that spell at a higher level and you do it in the air while you're flying. That spell can be stronger than meteor shower.
Yeah, so my thing about game breaking shit like that is I will probably let you do it one time because it's probably creative and fun, but then after that never again because it breaks my fucking game. Anyway, let's talk more about the things you're excited about on your level up. Who else has stuff?
I got an extra punch and stunning strike.
Another punch? Stunning strike?
Strike?
Oh shit, yo.
Stunning strike.
You're just a punching machine.
I got uncanny dodge.
Ooh.
And I'm not sure because I don't know if I've been playing Z right, but I just now realized that I got 2 weapon fighting. Maybe I had it at earlier levels and I've just been ignoring it because I don't know how to use it.
We are all learning our
But I got uncanny dodge. That I know how to use. I'm very excited for
Uncanny dodge is cool and it's very useful.
Yeah, cannot wait.
I don't think any of us have played the classes before that we're playing in this game, right? Yeah, so Those of you viewing who are frustrated with us, please just give us patience.
Whole new class for me. I usually play cleric. I'm a damn good cleric. That I can play, but I've never played like a fighter. I've done wizard and cleric, and that's pretty much it.
I have actually never played a wizard. Actually, I have played one wizard and one shot, but that's it. I am not familiar. I am afraid of playing wizards because when you start as a wizard, I'm just like, you have to choose what's in your spell book. I'm like, how the fuck does that work? How do you choose what's in your spell book? How does the DM handle that?
You choose what's in your spell book, or at least the way I've done it is I choose immediately what's in my spell book. The DM knows what's in there, and then the DM provides me with spells throughout the campaign. Like either I'll find a spell book or I find spell scrolls. And then also I can like talk to the DM previously and be like, hey, like I would like to go to a shop and be like, try to find these spell scrolls. Is that possible? Like, you know, that it's just communication mostly.
Yeah. Okay. That sounds marginally less scary. Keithan, what'd you get?
I got 3rd level spells.
Ooh.
I get 2 of them.
Ooh.
2 spell slots. I have not explored the 3rd level sorcerer spells, so we can figure that out together.
Ooh, how fun.
Ooh, I'm
Exciting.
excited to see what you got.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never played a sorcerer. Do you just like know all the spells, all the things like
I mean,
druids do? Or
Yeah,
do
you get like a list of like what spells and you can pick which one. I mean, it functions the same as like a cleric, but like the spells are just different from like what I have for like my cleric. Because like my clerics, you get like these cool spells, and this one I was like, oh, I don't get these ones as a cleric. I get these as a sorcerer. That's nifty.
Okay, I wasn't sure if you, as a sorcerer, you had to like learn them the same way wizards did, or if you were like a cleric and you just knew them. Like,
you just use them, man.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
Keevan just wakes up one day and she's like, I don't know, I just feel like I could summon a cow 60 feet in the air. Like, I think I could just do that.
I mean, I could probably even do 120 because I could double the distance.
Oh, no! No!
There are definitely different spell lists. Like, I get different shit than like Keithan gets.
Yeah,
for sure.
We have a little bit of overlap because I remember both of us were like, "Hey, we got fog. What can fog do?"
Fog, that'll help,
Yeah,
right?
let's make so much fucking fog, you guys. That's
That'll
helpful.
help the massive
layer.
Walk through the fog and just think how amazing we'll look, like slow motion out of the fog.
Now I just want you two to do fog and just like have Gnarl like run through the forest, like super dope.
Like,
give me
like trees and stuff. Like,
I as your DM want to encourage you guys to use more of your spells for cinematic effect rather than anything else.
Sure you do.
Yeah.
I also, as a player, I use spells for cinematic effect. If I have them, I will use the shit out of my spells for cinematic effect. One time, I played wizards, but they build shit.
Artificer.
An artificer, yes. I played an artificer. I cast grease on someone and they fell in the grease. So what I did was I just threatened to burn them alive with a firebolt. And that's how I intimidated.
Yeah, that sounds doable.
Wizards, but they build shit.
Yeah, that's what they are.
Oh boy.
I have an idea, guys.
Oh,
so when Gnarl, like when we're all hanging out and Gnarl's getting eyes, Fionn can suddenly cast rain, and then it'll just like make Gnarl all wet and shiny as like they're working out or doing something, and we just have a whole ogle like distraction. If we need a distraction, this is a plan.
I love it. Yeah, it's just up the sex appeal to 11 and just distract everybody. I
totally
give that eye candy, man.
What were you saying?
I totally fuck it up and like accidentally conjure like a sleet storm. Oh shit! I'm sorry. Hold on.
Shit! Fuck! And then everyone is distracted because all of a sudden there's a sleet storm.
Can't stand up.
Okay, back onto the rails. thank you guys for telling all of us about what you're excited about with your whole new level. And we have one other thing to do. You guys have not rolled your hit points yet, so why don't we have everybody roll, and then we'll go in a round robin or whatever the fuck to display what we have gotten.
Can we roll one by one? So like
yes, we can roll one by one.
Reactions.
Actually, yes, we will roll one by one. That's a great idea. Why don't you tell everybody what your hit points was before roll, and then tell us what your new hit points are at. And I think that'll be a great way to go about it. Okay? So we are going to go by order on my screen because I'm the main character here. And we'll start off with Rox. What's your hit point total?
My hit point total was 36. Mm-hmm. And I'm rolling a D8.
Okay. Plus your Constitution modifier.
Right, which is +3. So okay, 4. So I get 7 points.
7 hit points. Awesome. Teebs, you are up next.
I just realized that I think I'm rolling a D8. I was looking at the wrong thing. I was looking at my hit dice.
No, your hit dice, on a short rest, they are the same dice you roll for your,
okay.
So you are good.
Okay, and I just roll 1 D8, right?
You roll 1 D8 and then add your Constitution modifier.
Okay. Don't
wait.
36. That was 36. My beginning as well.
36.
Sorry. And I rolled an 8. So it says +3 to con.
Okay, +3 to con. So you got 11.
11.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So that's +11 to what you had before.
Okay.
That is nice.
Awesome. Great job. Great roll. Okay, Keithan, you are up next. What did you have before?
I had 26.
26? Ooh.
Yes. I'm a sorcerer. I do not have much health, all right? And I only get a D6, so this is just a thing. I got a 5.
A 5? Yay!
So 7 more.
7 more. Awesome. Perfect. Now you are up, last general.
Okay, so currently I'm at 39. I get a D8.
Mm-hmm.
We will see what Well, I got a 5.
A 5?
And, yeah, I got a 5. And according to my sheet, on my normal sheet, I have a +1 to my con. But for some reason on manage hit points, I have a +5 from Constitution.
Let me take a look at that. Okay.
Yeah,
so
I don't know.
General.
I think that means it's. Are you looking at like hit point bonuses plus whatever to Constitution?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's because if you look at the rolled HP number, it's a lot lower, or it's lower than the number that shows. So basically,
maybe it's not doing something. Okay.
Your hit points are the rolled HP number plus whatever that con bonus is that it lists there.
Okay, so
according to D&D Beyond, I am now at 44.
Ooh. Okay, everybody, we're all leveled up. We got some cool shit. So, why don't we get the show? I'm sorry.
I was looking at my score calculations, and I do get a racial bonus.
So. Oh, that's probably it.
Mm-hmm.
Did Chris go?
Yeah.
You did? Oh my god, I'm
sorry.
sorry.
Rolled a 5, so it was the +7.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, so 33.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Squishy.
Must protect Keithan at all costs.
Yep, that's right. That means I need to target Keithan more often. Anyway, let's. So now that we've got all the leveling stuff out of the way, let's get started with our actual game. I'm tired. Previously on Ladies and Gentledice, it was a very heavy episode, even heavier than the episode before that, kind of. Gnarl was taken, or Gnarl started on their journey to Gondolin with Juno after confessing to the fire, and our players, with some very interesting and convincing arguments, managed to convince Juno to let Gnarl go and not say anything about what they'd done. Needless to say, if any of you are familiar with Juno Gwent, she was not happy about it, and they did not part on good terms. So Tam, determined to follow along, did so, following, his favorite adults in the world that are taking care of him despite their wishes. They went on down the road for a while and stopped to make camp, where they all had some, several people had some heart-to-hearts. Fionn and Tam spoke about how Tam feels about the situation they're in. Keithan told everyone about kind of their relationship with Raza. And the twins had some good conversations as well. And actually, that's the opposite. They didn't have good conversations at all. I was using that term sarcastically. And then, we ended the night with Gnarl letting a raccoon get into Keithan's bag, which I thought was a really fun wraparound to the second episode. And so we are starting up again that morning, right after their watches. The sun is coming up over the trees. Though the forest is very, very thick, you can still see the sunlight filtering through the canopy. And it is a new day. What are you guys going to do with it?
Well, I certainly will try to rustle us up some breakfast. I don't know if we want to, start our RP from the camp or get on the road, but...
Well, what I will say is if Keithan is trying to rustle up, or if Fionn is trying to rustle up breakfast, Tam will be like, no, I want to make breakfast. I went to cooking school while you guys were gone.
I was just gonna look for some ingredients. What do you want to make? I'll see what I can find.
Do we have, he starts like rummaging around in his bag. I got stuff just for people that might need food when I find them. And he starts pulling out like pieces of bread, and he has a couple pieces of bacon, and he pulls out like little jars of spices too, and is like, I'm gonna make a bacon sandwich for everybody.
Breakfast sandwiches.
Yes. And yeah, he's very stoked about these breakfast sandwiches.
I'll just forage for some greens for like a little side salad or some shit.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. Mushrooms, the usual.
Tam, I'm glad to see that bacon sandwich is helping you out.
Yeah,
as I'm like rubbing my eyes.
The one thing, okay, so the biggest thing that I wanted to learn in the cooking school was I wanted to learn how to make better bacon sandwiches, right? Because I thought once we got on the road again, we made bacon sandwiches that one time and they were really good, and I want us to have them so much more all the time, every morning. And even though that's not I just wanted to make them again, but make them better because I was out of school and I might as well learn how to make them better.
You know what would go pretty well with this bacon?
Uh-huh.
Eggs.
I don't have any eggs.
Yeah, I know you don't. But I'm just saying, that is something that could make them better. Bacon is great. Bacon is super good. Eggs would be excellent mixed with it, just for future reference.
I'll look for a bird nest. Keith just kind of like rolls over.
I was gonna like yell from the tree, like the tree line, or well, we're in the trees, but like yell from several feet away, like, just give me some advance notice next time. I can look for eggs.
Okay, I'm giving you he holds his hands out like to shout at you. He's like, okay, I'm giving you advance notice. We're having bacon sandwiches every day in the mornings forever.
All right. All right, I'll go back to looking for salad.
Does Tam like look like he's feeling better about being around us? Because last night he was not thrilled.
Oh, that's a very good observation that you just made. Why don't you give me an insight check on that?
Oh fuck. Okay.
Can Keithan Keithan was serious about like rolling out of bed to look for bird's nests.
Yeah, go
Okay.
give me a survival check or a nature check, whichever is better for you.
Hey, I got an
Okay,
18 for insight.
You got an 18 for insight? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So with an 18, you can tell, actually. Oh, I didn't get out my dice! Well, shit. Oh, you know what? You know what's real great? You know what's real great about D&D Beyond, my favorite program known to man? Is that you can just fucking roll online. If you forget, you can just press on the little numbers there and it'll give you... You guys can probably hear that. Okay, so Tam is actually, though his voice sounds bright and very, sounds a lot more like what you guys are used to, you can tell, like, I think it's pretty easy to tell on his face, his heart's not quite in it. I think you can, with an 18 insight, you can garner that he is definitely trying to pretend that everything is okay, because it is too hard to deal with, like, after dealing with it yesterday, he is too tired to keep dealing with it. So that is where Tam is at right now. So tell me about that. Was that survival or nature check?
Survival 22.
Survival 22. You can absolutely you find more than one bird's nest. This forest is thick with ample places for birds to hide their little nests, and you find, like, easily, how many people are you? We've got 5, so you find 10 eggs. You find, like, a haul, so that's 2 eggs for each person.
I lick my chops a little bit,
Yeah.
and I'm just gonna carry my eggies back to the party. I'm looking at, like, whatever eggs seem larger, and I'm calling those out for myself. But yeah, I'm working my way back.
Okay. And Rox, give me, you're also looking for stuff. You're looking for stuff for a salad. Give me a nature or survival check, whichever you would like.
Oh yeah. Hold on a sec. Survival versus nature. Survival 22.
22, awesome. So yeah, you find whatever shit you need to make a little garden salad. You find
dandelion greens, some miner's lettuce.
Yeah, you find some, like, berries to, like, sweeten it up, because you guys don't really have any sauce to put on it. So, like,
Crush up some berries.
yeah.
Wow.
Okay. So
No, would have been out probably going for, like, a morning run or something, and
Okay.
doing some exercise. Probably wouldn't come back until they smelled food.
Okay, that's totally good. It will take, okay, so, Tam, because of his time that his reward for spending time at the Culinary Academy is he now has the chef feat. And, since it's the morning and you guys aren't in a hurry, I'm gonna count this also as a short rest, mechanically, because that way he can cook special food. What that means is, as part of a short rest, you can cook special food for 6 creatures. At the end of the short rest, any creature who eats the food... Oh, well, shit. I don't want to do that right now. So... He could also cook treats. With 1 hour of work when you finish a long rest, you can cook 2 treats. These special treats last 8 hours after being made. A creature can use a bonus action to eat one of those special treats to gain 2 temporary hit points. So what's going to happen here is he is going to cook these 2 special treats. It takes him about an hour. Like, it does take him about an hour to make these 2 special treats. He makes food for everybody, but these 2 special treats he keeps for himself. He's like, he's not for himself, but he's like, for a snack for the road is basically his reasoning that he gives you guys. So he makes it he meticulously makes these bacon, egg. He also had cheese. Bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches with these fancy rolls that he got from the bakery with these like ciabatta rolls that he brought with him from the Culinary Academy. And you guys get these, and he has these seasonings. He seasons the eggs to perfection. They're fluffy despite not having very many liquids to make it with. He presents you with these bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches. And
I think this is the fanciest picnic I've ever had.
He smiles at you and then is like, try it.
Yeah. We'll dig in.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? Why don't we have Tam do a fun little roll to decide how well it is. How good
I'm a little
it is.
sad I don't have any wine.
I know, right? Rosé up in here.
What kind of
I don't think I have that spell. Conjure rosé.
Mimosa something, yeah.
Conjure mimosa.
Let's just do. We're just gonna roll a d20.
Come on,
I
Tam.
can make you think you're drinking mimosa or rosé if that helps.
Fucked up.
Oh boy. Oh boy. So Tam looks at Tam like holds it up to everybody, and you Fionn, you were the first one to take one, I'm gonna say. You take one, you take a bite, and the smile just kind of freezes on your face.
I'm pretty good at covering that up.
Yeah. The bacon is burnt to blackness. It is like you can't taste anything besides the burnt, like, kind of char of the bacon. The eggs are dry and like falling apart in your mouth, and the bread is stale. The bread is so stale, and you can see a little mold on the cheese that you're about to eat. Tam rolled a natural one.
No, bloody.
So these sandwiches are fucking terrible.
Oh, buddy.
But
I like my bacon crispy. Yeah.
Tam looks at you guys, and I think with Z's earlier roll, like, because you were paying attention to him earlier, you could see that veneer of him trying to pretend everything is okay is starting to crack, because he's like, I'm trying to make everything okay by making this wonderful meal, and I fucked it up. I fucked it up so bad. So like that smile frozen on his face, his eyes are getting wider, and like you can kind of see like them watering a little bit. He's not
Keithan
quite.
takes a, yeah.
So, while we're eating,
Mhm.
we're just like I'm gonna just get through the sandwich without like letting on to Tam that it's
Yeah,
the worst.
everybody.
Keithan calls it out.
Okay.
Like, Keithan takes a bite and was like, I thought you said they taught you how to cook. And like, I don't know.
Okay, so for anyone that is trying to pretend that the sandwich is good, give me a deception roll.
I'm gonna do like a half. Like I'm probably gonna see the mold on the cheese, and I'm just gonna pull the cheese off. But I don't mind my bacon like super burnt and crunchy. I really don't give a shit, because food is food, and I can't be picky when it comes to that. But I'm definitely pulling the cheese off, and I'm eating the sandwich.
Okay, and then so Fionn, you did an actual roll. What was your?
I got a 6.
You got a 6. Okay, and against Tam's insight. What's your Deception is a charisma. What is your charisma score?
My charisma score is 16.
16. Okay. So yeah, you fool Tam. He also he also got a 6. So
luckily I have a high charisma.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tiefling creepiness.
Mm-hmm.
Gnarl would have elbowed Keith End when she made her comment, and like it wouldn't have been a soft elbow.
Tam like looks at Keith and is like, I know it's not my best, it's not the best I can do, so well, we only have a certain amount of food, so I can't, so it's probably not a good idea for me to make it again. But tomorrow.
Oh no, you're making it again, but you need to improve. This is terrible.
Tam isn't making eye contact. Tam like takes a deep breath and he's like, "Yeah, I'll try harder next time. It'll be better. I promise."
What's your problem, Keithan?
He was raving about how well he did at the cooking school that we left him at, and like the bacon sandwiches.
It must be nice to be able to eat whatever the fuck you want and never have to worry about a meal. One time it's burnt. This kid's made us food plenty of times, and you're gonna get on this fucking case right now?
Tam, thank you so much for making us food. I know the effort you put into it. And if it's not your best, it's all right. There's always tomorrow. The nice thing about food is it just disappears after a little while. You get to try again.
Tam looks at Keith and looks at Fionn and looks at Gnarl and looks at Z, and then he just kind of like that mask that has been slowly crumbling all morning just fucking breaks and he just bursts into tears. And but he's like, "I'm sorry, I'll do better next time, I promise. I know it's okay that I did bad this time, but sorry."
I'm gonna get up and put my
Just
arms around
mumbling like,
I'm
eating
gonna, like,
their sandwich.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna wrap him up in a big old hug. Like, hey, it's all right. We've been through a lot. It's all right.
Tam will hug Fionn very tightly and like just kind of sob into her for a couple of minutes.
Tam, honestly, I like my bacon burnt. This is great. The bacon's great.
Oh, there you go. See? It's all about personal preference.
It takes a minute for him to answer, but eventually you can hear like a really garbled, just kind of, "Really?"
Yeah, most definitely. Floppy bacon is not good. This is great. Preference, you'll slowly get better. You're good. And things have been weird lately, and you're probably dealing with that right now, and it's fine. It's gonna take some time to process, and we were thinking obviously about other things than just strictly focusing on breakfast this morning, and that's okay.
I think that's probably true for all of us.
It's the most important meal of the day.
Keithan, shut up.
Just saying. Grab some of the dandelion greens, eat that, try to flavor some of this.
Stuff for God.
Tam will look at Fionn, Keithan, and Gnarl and like kind of wipe his eyes and just be like, "Can you guys please not fight?"
I think, well, this may mean that we keep fighting, but I think at least we need to talk about it, because anything that festers like this is not going to help. I just think we need to talk about what happened yesterday and how we all feel and what we're doing. Really, not just what we're doing next, but how we feel about it. And I'm sorry, Keith, and I shouldn't have spoken to you like that.
Crying over breakfast.
I just think you need to learn when to keep your mouth shut and when to say something nicely. Please.
It's about learning. How are you supposed to learn if everyone sugarcoats everything?
That's fair. Just
He should know that Tam has a way to improve. And whether or not how his egg sandwiches came out needing improvement. Skills, man. Told him about the butchering. Can you butcher pig better now?
Well, I knew how to do it before, but Zagok taught me ways to do it better. Like like how did you? My mom didn't. It turns out, I think my mom didn't have very good knives, but Zagok was like, the kind of knife you use is really important. And then I realized, yeah, it's really important, like because. The way my mom cut meat, it was always super jagged. Like, it was usable, but, it's like, things are different there. He'll slowly climb out of Fion's lap, and he looks more like he's not crying, but he still looks like kind of subdued. I think like kind of like after you cry really hard, that empty feeling that you just kind of had while you're trying to like put yourself back together. That's kind of like the kind of vibe you get from him. So yeah, I learned about using better knives, and he actually like digs through one of his bags and he like pulls up this like rolled up kind of thing and like unrolls it, and there's like a collection of like chef knives that's in his bag now. He said this is one of the beginner kits that Zagok had, but since he got more professional kinds later, he gave me the one that the school gave him when he first started out. And then Tam will like roll it back up and then put it back in his bag.
Just treat him well.
It like the pack came with like a little whetstone to like sharpen him with and stuff.
Please forgive my awkwardness. My friends, I hope it's all right that I call you that.
I feel like we've been through enough and we are going to continue to go through some things. So I'll accept the term. Friend is pretty good. Yeah.
How is everyone feeling? And Gnarl, if you feel like talking at all, I'd love to hear from you.
Angry. Disappointed.
Those are the exact words I would use as well.
Shit.
Guilty. And afraid.
Is there anything we can do or tell you, or any questions we can answer, or anything at all to help with any of those things?
I don't know. I just don't know. Maybe time. I'll try to keep myself in check. Keithan, I apologize. Tam. And Gnarl's gonna like get eye level with Tam. I'm real sorry if I did anything, and I know I did. I let you down. I'm real sorry.
he kind of like, he looks at you with these like big old watery eyes, and then looks like kind of down at the ground. And it's like, I can't. It's not okay, but it. And then he like struggles with what he like. He kind of like looks tongue-tied, I guess is the best way to describe it, for a solid like 30 seconds before he just kind of looks at you and then just gives you like this big old tight hug.
Give him a hug and like pat his head.
And then he'll like pull away and just be like, it's still not okay, but you know.
I know it's not okay.
He gives you like a very, very weak smile before sitting back down.
No, Gnarl isn't smiling. Very serious face. I don't know how to get past the things I'm feeling right now.
It's complicated, I know.
I was ready to face the consequences of the things that I did.
I know you were. And I admire you for that. I do. But I also care about you. And I care about what we're doing. And I don't think it was the answer.
I agree. I wasn't ready to let you go and turn yourself in. I honestly think that was stupid. Absolutely stupid. You turning yourself in and rotting in a jail cell is not going to help those people. Honestly, I think what we're doing right now is going to be more helpful, and then we can go back and help build their community. I think you putting your effort and work would be more useful than you sitting down and getting judged by a corrupt system that has no idea who you are. They don't know anything about you. They don't know how wonderful of a person you are and how good your heart is. They would have just looked at that one single action and would have willingly thrown you in jail. Let you rot. And you're no good out there. You're no good in jail. You're good out here, and you're good with me. And I'm not ready for you to go yet. How would you feel if I went and turned around and did that? Absolutely left you to the winds. You can't leave me by myself. Not yet. I'm not ready. And like I said, you would be better off helping those people one-on-one.
People have manufactured a system to approximate someone's idea of justice. But it's not what fixes things in the real world. That's all. I know you can and will do plenty to make up for whatever you've done, what you feel you've done, what you have done. I don't want to downplay that, what you have done. I trust you in that sense. I haven't known you for long, but I do.
I just don't know how to fix something where a bunch of people were hurt, killed because of something I did. I didn't even think about it. I just did it. And 16 people are dead. people's homes are destroyed, people were hurt. And I don't usually give a shit about humanity's laws or whatever, like, but how do you pay back? How do I pay for it? How do I stop just hurting people? It's just a lot.
You're a very capable person. More than most folks I've met. So if you made that choice, I think you could save far more people than you've hurt going forward. We can't change what's already been done, but we can adjust the path we're on.
I'll try. And I'm sorry, Z. I really thought I was doing the right thing.
I know. I wish you would have, I don't know, thought about it a little longer, just even a couple seconds. We could have gotten out of that.
Could have lied.
Not even. We could have omitted things already. Varney had already thought the trap door had said it. And we could have just went, we didn't see anything, and all of a sudden there was a blaze and we ran. Varney already thought it was the trap door. We could have gotten out of that without this big mess, and now Juno hates us.
It's not right to pin the blame on something else when it wasn't that, though. It was me. That's the whole point.
But like I said,
it's not okay to just keep lying about things.
How often have we lied about things to get ourselves out of trouble in the past?
How often have I murdered 16 people?
It was a consequence of an action. How many people have I murdered to get us out of trouble? To get you out of trouble. You know, I was willing to stab Juno right there. I was going to end her to get you out because I don't think what you were doing was right and it wouldn't have helped. I think what you're feeling now and processing that is good. But I think you're better off maybe helping the people one-on-one. Because like I said, their system is already fucked. They're going to judge you and then fucking throw you in a cell. And that's not going to help. That's going to make you feel better. That's just going to make you think about what you've done over and over again and make you feel worse. Helping the people, we could go to the forest and help the people rebuild. I think physically putting yourself to work might make you feel better and help bring the community back together. I don't know. All I know is what you were about to do was not good.
I love that idea, but I'm not sure we should go back there. But
not at the moment. We're on a time restraint.
Let's just focus on all this shit with Mr. B. And I don't even know how the fuck I'm gonna help y'all with this. Like, Lothie doesn't tell me anything useful.
Well, they did tell us to go to the vault. Could potentially be our next destination after we drop Tam off.
your value is you, not what a god says through you. And I hope that you can see that what we've done because we value you.
Well, I'll do what I can. Either way, I told you, we're coming back. Let's just focus on the shit with Mr. B. We'll pull my head out of my ass and we'll just keep going. And then talk to Juno when we're done.
She told us... I'm so sorry, both of you. She told us very firmly she never wants to see us again. I know you were making a good offer there, Zeneral, but I don't think we should contact her again. Ever. I know what you were trying to do, and I think it was very noble. But I believed the look in her eyes when she said that.
So y'all are gonna just become outlaws then?
I've been one since before my past.
I'm not sure.
We're not actively wanted anywhere, and we have these weapons that they gave us. We have the contracts they gave us. Who fucking knows? Like, what if there's like tracking devices on these things?
I mean, we can always package these stuff up and the horses and ship them off. Find somebody to take them back to Gondor before, so we don't have to.
That's what I was going to suggest as well. I agree. I don't feel right just leaving with these things. I don't know. We can't know what Juno's going to do, but I don't know that we're going to be outlaws. I think that depends on her, and I'm not sure that's where the conversation left us. But I do agree in sending this stuff back. I like this shield, but you can't have everything you want. I'm gonna reach over and just put my hand on the back of Gnarl's head. Just like a little squeeze. And then I'll get up and start packing up.
I think then Tam is going to kind of pull out the map then. And kind of like smooth it out with some rocks in front of him. So, he specifically avoids Z's gaze, I think, right now. And he points down on the map where Vestenholt is, and also kind of points to where you guys are, abouts. And there are several like branching paths to get there. Like there's the main road follows the coast, like the big like trade roads follow the coast. There are several like paths that contain like smaller little settlements. So if you guys want to go to bigger places, you can follow the coast. If you guys want to go to smaller places, you can go through the forest. If you guys want to like see almost no one, you can go around a little bit. It'll take a little bit longer, but you can go out of the forest and follow the plains, where most of it is farmland and people are very sparse.
We'll probably need to hit up somewhere where we can send the stuff back first, and then if we want to avoid crowds or whatever, we can go through the farmlands.
Yeah.
What's the nearest town?
The nearest town is probably 2 days travel. The nearest town is coastal. It's a smaller fishing village that's about 2 days travel away. That is named Fishtown. It is called Fishtown. And it's a little place to the south that follows the main road. While it is smaller, it's a stop that is frequently made by like ships to Gondor, and ships going down the coast from Gondor into Vestenholt to trade goods and services. So that is like kind of a stop that is frequently made for fish goods, and also for ships to restock on their supplies, things like that. It is colloquially called Fishtown. It says Fishtown on the map, and the actual name of the town is like weirdly scribbled out by some kind of ink.
Rather like Fishtown. It's a good solid name.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd be fine with that.
Yeah. Maybe we can head that way and then get off the main roads.
Okay. Also, like, to mention, like, if you guys, like, depending on how fast you want to get to Gondolin is a consideration here as well. Like, or not Gondolin, I'm sorry, Vestenholt. Depending on how fast you want to get to Vestenholt, like, so if you follow the coast, it's probably going to take you about a week and a half. Follow the forest, it'll probably take you 2 weeks. If you go through the farmlands, it's probably going to take 3 weeks. Because you were taking like a roundabout trail there, and then, however, if you manage to in Fishtown, if you manage to get on one of the Gondolin boats that travel from Gondolin to Vestenholt, you could probably get there in like 2-3 days. So that is also a consideration that Tam says. Tam says all of that. I learned a lot about commerce. Also,
if we could see if they are looking for anybody to take on some hands on the ship, maybe we can learn some things if we wanted to do that and get Tam to safety, and then as soon as we can, and then from there continue our journey.
The boat would be best. It would be the quickest route.
okay.
Especially with fewer horses.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Tam, what do you feel?
Well, that's the fastest way to get there, so I like that, and I can definitely help do some stuff on a boat. And well, also if you guys are looking to return your stuff, you could, if it's a Gondolin boat, you could probably just leave your stuff there with whoever is on it, and that would be an easy way to return it.
We've got horses that need to go back to.
Yes. I wouldn't love to put them through that. I also want to be careful about who we give these things to. So, yeah, we'll see. Let's head that direction.
Okay.
To Fishtown.
To Fishtown. To Fishtown.
Oh.
So, you guys get yourselves set up on your horses, and Tam looks at the snacks he made, and kind of he looks like he's very seriously considering just kind of tossing them in the fire because they were so bad.
If I noticed that, I would definitely say, don't waste food. It doesn't matter if it's burnt or if it doesn't taste good. It still gives you the nutrients you need in order to go another day.
Okay.
One single snack can save your life. Don't ever waste food.
Tam will look up at Gnarl and slowly nod, and he'll kind of like clutch the snacks he made and put them back in his bag. And you guys are off, clip clopping. So You guys walk down the forest path for the forest roads for a while for a couple of good miles until eventually you do see the fork in the road that like you can see which road is the one more taken. Like the branch that goes off towards the west, north, that goes towards the west. Yes, the west. It's paved better. It's got little not little flags, but it's got like little markers and stuff. Like, and the road going straight is still paved, but it's not nearly as well taken care of. Like this, like the coastal route is the one people tend to take to do trade, so it is much better maintained. So you travel like that for a while. When do you guys decide to stop? Because it's still a 2 days journey. So are you guys going to walk through a lunch? Or are you guys just gonna like munch on some rations as you're going? Or are you gonna stop for lunch? Or are you gonna like what time do you guys stop to sleep? Stuff like that.
I figure we probably will need to stop at some point during the day.
Okay.
I also just want to keep an eye out for anything that might be in our path or in the woods near us. Just keeping my eyes sharp.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if anybody wants to like look out for anything, you can. Everybody that's looking for stuff can give me perception checks, or if you guys want to give one person advantage, please do so.
You should give me advantage. By the way, I should have said that before I rolled, but I have really good perception.
I already rolled.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I rolled well, actually, so.
19 perception.
Okay. 19 for Keithan. Theon, you got a 25. Okay. Teebs and Z, what'd you guys get?
4.
4.
11.
11. And then Tam got. What did Tam get? What did Tam? Ugh, oh my god, my mouse. I hate everything. Tam gets. Tam was not good at rolling today. Tam stares at the reins of his horse the entire walk, silently. And Z, what did you get again? I'm sorry, Teebs, you got
11.
11, and Teebs, you got a 4. Okay, so Teebs, you are looking at Tam, feeling bad. And Z, you are grumpy about the conversation that have been had, and you're kind of like you're like looking out, like trying to distract yourself, but you're stewing on it. Theon and Keithan, you guys are walking and you kind of hear something. It's not a lot of something. Like it's hard to explain because it's so faint you could almost mistake it for just like regular forest / coastal-y sounds. But it sounds like there's like a hum in the air. It's not a bad hum. It doesn't perk up your like danger sense. I think that you guys might have developed at this point in your journey. But it's just like a little hum that sounds curious.
Is it just like ongoing, like nearby?
Yeah, just like a hum.
I'm gonna spend 10 minutes as we're going just ritually casting Speak with Animals.
Speak with Animals? Okay.
Please.
You can do so. If you want to, who do you want to talk to?
Yeah, as long as nothing crazy happens in 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, nothing crazy happens in 10 minutes. You successfully, like, it takes you a couple minutes, you meditate on it for a while, and eventually, like, the birds, you start to hear, Matthew quietly saying, clop, 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 with every step. And you hear the birds in the air, but instead of hearing like the twittering, like your mind starts to register as, I'm looking for a mate today. It's that time of year. And then you hear, and then also like in those chittering sounds, you also hear, get away from me. I don't want you. You look terrible and I hate your dance. Like, so yeah, is there anybody you're looking to talk to? Is there anything you're listening for?
The woods are like the worst gay bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll talk with Maggie.
Yeah.
Just as we're going. Maggie, darling.
Yes, my dear.
How you doing? You doing okay?
I'm doing okay. It sounds like your friends. Well, everybody sounded very agitated earlier. Is everything okay?
Oh, just some drama amongst folks that walk on two legs.
Yeah.
The usual.
It sounds like there's a lot of drama for folks with two legs, like a lot. I don't know how you stand it. It's too much.
Wrong. You're not wrong. I don't know how I stand it either, to be fair. Listen, I can hear something funny in the forest. Can you hear it? It's like a humming sound.
You see Maggie's ears twitch a little bit in the air. Yeah, like as she's kind of listening for it too, and she says, yeah, I can hear it.
Do you know what that is? I don't think I've heard something quite like it. You got better ears than I do.
Let's do. Well, what kind of wisdom do horses have? What are horse stats?
I think I have Maggie's stats somewhere. I should keep that in hand for you. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, I'll put that on my notes to do.
We'll look at it later. Maggie. She kind of like sways her head as she listens. She says, it sounds kind of familiar, but I don't think I know what it is.
I don't think it's dangerous, do you?
No, it didn't seem bad familiar. It seemed like kind of reminds me of home a little bit.
Oh. Do you want to go check it out?
I mean, yes. A little bit.
All right. I will say to the group, Maggie and I are just going to go check on something, and we'll be right back.
Well,
are you checking out that sound?
Indeed. She says it sounds familiar to her.
What I will say, the sound is still coming down the road. Like, it sounds like very far off and faint. So yeah, you are actively going toward it. It is not away from you. Yeah, so you guys are good for now.
Okay, I thought it was like off to one side, and I was gonna like.
Yep. Nope. It's no. It sounds very far off and it's very faint, but you guys are still like moving toward it. I should have mentioned that before. Maggie looks at you. It's like, well, if it sounds familiar to me, maybe if we can find someone, maybe you can talk to one of the local critters around here. They might know what it is.
All right. I will look for a squirrel or a mammal of some kind, or maybe a bird.
Okay, give me a nature
Birds
check.
are generally dumbasses, so like hoping for a squirrel.
okay, give me a nature check to find one of the locals.
Okay, it's not bad. One of the locals.
Yeah.
Sorry guys, you travel with a druid, this kind of thing happens. I swear I won't do it for too much longer. 15.
Can't wait.
15? Okay. So you guys are walking along and you're keeping your eyes like kind of trained on the forest as it's slowly starting to get a little bit more sparse around you as you head toward the coast. But eventually you do find a wary squirrel on a branch just kind of like watching you with wide eyes. And
good day, friend.
Huh? Hi.
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 Oh, nice day, isn't it?
Oh, it's very nice. It's very warm on my fur. I love it.
There you go. Hey, listen, we're just passing through, And we can hear a funny noise in the
A what?
distance. The humming sound, like a funny noise.
A funny noise. Huh.
Yeah. Do you know
Like
what
a
that
hum?
is? Yeah.
Hmm.
And you guys just hear like
Yeah. A hum. Oh, I know the hum. I know the hum.
yeah.
Mhm.
What is it? Do I have to guess?
What is what?
What's the sound?
Uh,
Humming
oh.
sound.
Oh, the sound. The hum. The hum. You're talking about the hum?
That's the one. What is it?
Oh, it's it's oh, it means something. Oh, what? The hum? We're talking about the hum?
Yes, that's the one. Is it
Yes.
always? Does it always happen, or is it just special today?
No, I think it only happens sometimes, I think.
Huh?
And it means and like the scroll kind of like messes with their hands a little bit, and then it's like, oh, I know what the hum is. I know what the hum is. The hum, it means the coven is here.
The coven?
The coven. The coven.
Is that a good thing?
Well, I guess so. It's fine.
Do they have nuts?
Sometimes one of them does.
Oh.
One of them has nuts. The other has mushrooms, and then another one has fish, and then another one has well, one of them doesn't have anything. One of them just kind of ignores everybody.
Oh, I see.
Mhm.
Are they nice to the creatures in the forest? Are they nice to you?
Are what nice?
The coven.
The coven? Oh, the coven, the humming.
Yes, are they nice? Are they good?
Probably.
They give you nuts.
Yeah, they
and
give me
fish.
nuts.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, and then one gives me fish, and one sometimes gives mushrooms, and one I don't think she gives anything at all.
Right. You're a very smart squirrel. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you so much. I'm a very smart squirrel.
You are the smartest squirrel.
Oh, thank you. I'm a very smart squirrel.
Have a good day.
Bye-bye.
And I do crack up, like you guys, like on my horse, just like. Oh, friends, sometimes I forget how surreal my life is.
What did it say?
You talk to squirrels?
I can occasionally. Well, it kept forgetting what it was talking about, which I shouldn't have been surprised at, seeing as they got brains the size of a half a peanut. But it did recognize the humming sound and said it was from the coven, which is an interesting word. The coven. And also said that sounds like there's maybe 4 beings in the coven, and one of them has nuts, and one of them has mushrooms, one of them has fish, and one of them doesn't have anything. And they're not necessarily dangerous, at least not if you're a squirrel. I can't say that, like, has reassured me that much, but a little bit. How does a squirrel
Have
know
we
the word
heard
coven?
any tales of covens before?
Okay. Anybody that wants to know about covens, you can give me a religion or history check, whichever you choose to, whichever you want to.
Oh, I forgot to ask the squirrel's name. Rookie mistake.
Religion 18.
Okay, 18.
Was
What
it
it-
religion or
Religion or history, whichever you like.
17?
History is a 15.
15
Oh.
for history, 18 for religion. What did Teeves and Rox get?
17, and I'll do religion as well.
Okay, religion.
8, and it doesn't matter because it would be
Okay.
the same for
Okay.
either.
So I think for Gnarl, they're just like covens. Is that like do they cook food in that? They might cook food. Is that like a weird sort of like food heating device? You religion people, so Fionn and Keithan, A coven is like it's broad. It's broad. And also I'm gonna give this to you too, Z. A coven is broad. Typically it means a group of magic users of some sort, of that are typically women. It's relatively common or it's not unheard of to have people of other genders in a coven, but typically they are comprised of women. I think from Z's perspective, she remembers, like she knows about covens in the sense that like they used to be popular. They used to be much, much more popular back in the days when the gods were more present. Like Lothi and Denur specifically tend to have a lot of covens dedicated to them. Well, I guess you religion folks, you would know that as well. Like Lothi and Denur specifically have had like a lot of like more Lothi's, because Lothi is a god of like masculine and feminine. Those covens tend to be a lot more mixed, but Denur's covens tend to be a lot more feminine, specifically. And then, but even farther back than that, there were also a lot of covens dedicated to Null, the mother of all gods. And those, however, like religion people, you might have heard of it, but History Z would know, because it was a long time ago that Null had covens dedicated to her. It used to be very, very popular, but now it's very, very sparse now that Null has disappeared completely. So yeah. So from as far as you guys can tell, it's probably a group of women that know magic of some sort. Okay.
I probably will discuss that with. I'm sure we were sort of reminiscing out loud about what we know.
Yeah. Are we heading towards the coven?
Seems that we are. Maggie said it sounded like it was coming from ahead of us.
There's only 4, supposedly. That's what the squirrel was aware of.
In squirrel terms, I can't promise they can count.
That's right. I was like, the humming. I feel like if it's them making the humming, it would take more than 4, but I don't know.
I don't know.
And now that Fionn has pointed it out, can we also hear the humming?
You guys give me perception checks with disadvantage.
Okay.
Huh.
Non-magic users.
Okay.
12.
12. Okay.
Perception check?
Disadvantage. 14. Okay. So you guys can barely hear it. Like it was hard for it was hard for Fionn and Keithan to hear it, but now that they're like listening for it, they can pick it out. But for you guys, like you're like, is that it? Like you listen really, really hard and you think you hear a humming, but it may well be you guys are trying so hard to hear this humming that you're just making it up.
What do you think, Keithan?
On the humming?
Yeah, any ideas?
I'm a bit unfamiliar with this. I'm curious about the coven aspect. Because, I mean, really, any group.
Are you sure that's not a bug you're hearing?
Yeah, bugs sound differently. Like, I'm used to, like, the buzzing next to your ears. And this is similar, but not quite that.
Indeed. Maggie didn't recognize it. And she'd know if it was just an insect.
Yeah, the amount of flies that horses get.
Dude, I don't know. Humming. Is humming like, is is the thing people do. Like, is it like just a cheerful humming? Like, or is it like, does it mean something?
I don't hear any humming.
Keep listening as we go. We might get closer to it.
Okay.
Yeah, might be able to tell what kind of sounds are making it.
Is it like lights? Cause I saw when we went to Juno's Juno's office, they had lights that weren't like gas. They had lights that like were weird and electrical, and those made like a hum. Is it like that?
I don't know.
It is not like that.
No, I mean, I don't think I would know.
Oh yeah, probably not. You did not listen for it. You're like,
No, I don't think I know what electric is like, really.
Yeah, I was like, same. I was like, I feel like there's not a whole lot of that where Keithan grew up, so it'd be very minimal.
I don't hear that kind of hum anyway, so.
Well, I suppose we're gonna find out. It's kind of fun to think about
Mhm.
in the meantime. What
Okay.
if it's a dozen moose and they're all humming?
And we're eating well.
That's true.
Moose? I've never seen a moose.
Mooses are big. They're too big.
They're massive. You never seen a moose? Ah, you'd remember if you saw one. You've got great horns, great antlers, sort of look like my hand. That's it. But they're massive. I'd say 2 horses.
You look.
Incidentally, Gnarl, Matthew is saying clop, clop, clop every step he takes. And I thought you might like to know that because it made me smile. That little huff you hear him doing, he's saying clop.
Carol will reach over and just like pat him on his neck.
How long does
Guaranteed.
how long does speak with animals last?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. Okay, it's starting to fade off. It's starting to fade off right now, but so when Gnarl like pats him, he'll jolt a little bit as horses do when you like suddenly touch them. And then you hear him go, oh, okay, that's good. Clop, clop, clop.
I think he likes it, Gnarl.
He's just this very special horse.
So special.
He's one thing in life that he thinks about, and it's just amazing.
Be nice. Really simplifies things.
Not a thought
Mhm.
behind those eyes.
Not a lot.
Pat, pat.
All right, I guess on we go.
Yeah, you guys go. It's honestly even though you know you're going in the right direction of the hum, it doesn't get any louder or any quieter as you go. It's very odd. And it goes like that literally for the rest of the day, like even as the sun starts to dip below the trees and it starts getting dark. But I guess when I say dip below the trees, the trees are very sparse now. You guys can now see the ocean again, as like through pokes or through like gaps in the trees. You can see the sky, and like the land is much freer now. Or much more open is probably a better thing to say. And you guys, while not up against the beach, you can still like you guys could camp on the beach if you wanted. As it starts to get darker.
Nod to the west. Sunset's nice.
It's
What
really
happened?
orange.
What?
It's a good color.
Mm-hmm. Said it's a very pretty orange, the sunset that Fionn was pointing out.
You're the expert on orange. You want to camp on the beach? You ever done that? We could do that tonight.
No, I've never camped on the beach before.
If you've
I've
never
never been so close to the ocean before.
if you've never woken up with sand in your underwear, you haven't lived.
That
Camp on the
doesn't sound
beach.
good. All right.
Okay.
I look at Keithan. How's Keithan?
Yeah. Keithan's good with the camp on the beach. just like thinking when you said sand in the underwear, like you just saw immediate kind of like displeasure on their face. But they're just thinking about like the amount of dirt that like you can get. Like they're you can see like they are obviously reminiscing about something that is displeasant, but it's fine. Like not that they're anti it, but like, oh, I remember when.
Do you know prestidigitation, Keithan?
A great question.
I don't know that one.
I don't think so.
All right.
Oh, I totally do. Nope, I don't. Did not choose that as a cantrip, so nah, that's cool.
Well, I could try thaumaturgy on the dirt, but I don't think it would do much.
I don't remember the last time I was in salt water. See.
Well, what I can do is I could okay, so it wouldn't help when we're sleeping, but when we're done sleeping and we're getting up and we want to leave the beach and we feel dirty, I could mold earth the sand away. It'll take me a minute though.
That's an interesting way to use a spell. That's pretty smart.
That's what Juno said. Because I saw Juno like once or twice. She came and checked in on me every once in a while. And she told me, you know, she said she knows that I'm a magic user, but I'm mostly, you know, like that I'm like looking to be to go to the wizard's college. Anyway, she was just like, learn how to use your spells creatively, because that's what's gonna keep me alive, she said. And then she said, or whatever, or just die, or you could just die. Use your spells creatively or you will die, is what she said.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, it's good advice.
So what's a creative use of Moldert is getting the sand out of our butts. That way we don't get any sandworms.
In your butt? Is that a thing?
What did you say, Teebs, also?
Oh. You should send Juno a thank you letter when you get out of wizard school.
Oh, maybe. Oh yeah, sand gets in your butt all the time. And sometimes there's worms in it.
Oh, I've never had that happen.
Yeah, sandworms.
Pleasant at all. I don't know if I like the beach anymore.
There's bugs underneath too. Like if you dig into the sand, you can find bugs to eat.
Right, you have to dig real. You have to
Yeah.
dig.
Yeah.
I don't know the worms. What kind of beaches have you been on?
Tam like kind of falters and he's like, so many beaches. I've been on so many beaches. The ones with the worms in them. Where there's worms that No, there's beaches with worms that crawl into your butt and then you get beach worms.
I don't think that's a thing. Can I insight check him? Is he
Gnarl is also insight checking him. You guys feel free to do that.
He's such a weird kid, man.
Dirty 20.
A dirty 20?
No, I rolled low. I rolled like 8.
Okay, so Tam actually rolled like a 17 on his deception check that I rolled for him when he was telling you about the sand butt worms. But with your dirty fucking 20, you can tell, yeah, Tam is definitely like teasing you guys with butt worms because he knows you guys have never been to a beach before.
Oh man, that sounds awful. Butt worms.
Ew. I don't know if I want to sleep on the beach anymore.
I've never been on a beach with butt worms, so we can check for them.
Yeah,
first.
well, like I said, when I use Mold Earth, I can just pull them right out.
There you go.
Ugh.
So you can like pull insects from people with the spell that you have, like.
Yes.
If you're gonna lie, you should lie a little bit better.
No!
What do I know about spells?
I was basically just shaking my head at Zenral, like, I don't think this is a thing. Like, I'm not fully convinced, but I don't think, like, yeah, kind of like,
Okay, the butt worms aren't real. They're not a thing.
The truth. Do you really get sand in your butt?
But yes.
Toss it in the ocean when we get there.
I mean, listen, Zenral, it depends on what you're doing on the beach. I'll say that.
Well, you have to think about it. So sand is very, 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 very tiny, baby, tiny sized rocks. So they just fall through stuff, and if you're laying on it, even though you got clothes on, it just gets in the clothes, and then maybe if you're laying on it, it just and you're moving around like it's like getting one of those pans, and then you throw a bunch of stuff in it, and you shake the pans. It's kind of like that. They just get into things when you move around. So, and sometimes it's your butt.
I'm very sorry I started this conversation at all. But I think you're gonna love it, General. Are we almost there?
Yes. You guys, like as you're saying that, you're kind of like the dirt is starting to transfer into, or is starting to kind of cross into sand, and you're starting to see like little tufts of grass and stuff.
I'll hop off of Maggie, and I'll take my shoes off and nod at General.
I am gonna follow suit. I will hop off Sally and take off my shoes.
Yep.
When we keep walking and feel the sand under our toes.
Tam will like take off his cloak, and he like strips down to his shorts, and like we'll be pulling his horse down on the beach, and looking very excited to get into the water, and also knowing
I want to throw him in.
Yeah. Tam 100% knew you were gonna make good on your threat. So like that's why he stripped down. He's like, I don't want to get it on my stuff. And so like, but do you want to like try and sneak up on him still, or are you just gonna just unceremoniously just grab him and throw him?
I'm gonna grab him, throw him in, and then I'm gonna throw Keith in too.
Okay.
If I'm within.
Ethan's already like walking towards the water happily, with her tail like swishing in the like the sand as it's getting like colder, and it's like making little grooves.
Oh yeah. What were you saying, Rox?
I'm so sorry. I've been interrupting. I apologize. If I'm close to Gnarl, I'm gonna reach over and tap their shoulder and cast guidance.
So I think Tam, Gnarl is very strong, and Tam is a very light boy. He's a skinny kid. So you just grab him, and he's like, ugh! And immediately you just like toss him in like a sack of potatoes, like it's nothing. And you hear a very happy, like giggle out of him as he lands in the water. And Keithan, however, are you going to resist? You guys might have to make a contested roll.
Yeah, if Gnarl's gonna try to pick Keithan up, like, fuck now.
Okay. So Gnarl, you're going to make an athletics check. Keithan, you can pick athletics or acrobatics to try and, depending on how you want to try to get out of their hold.
And
okay, we're gonna go acrobatics.
Okay, Gnarl, add a D4, Gnarl.
Right.
9.
17.
So yeah, like Keithan doesn't even hear it coming. Like all of a sudden, Keithan just feels like this strong set of arms on her, and then she is being hoisted.
You would see her flail for a second, like, oh shit.
And then
Like what lizards do sometimes. I'm like, I'm picturing like iguanas.
And Keithan,
like moving in an erratic manner, like oh shit, oh god, this is not good.
You were suddenly in the water once again, robes and all.
Keithan doesn't come up.
There's silence. So you throw Keithan into the water, and Tam's like splashing around, but there are no bubbles where you threw Keithan. You don't see any movement.
I'll get worried and I'll like rush in. Oh god, I think I killed Keithan.
Tam is like, Keithan?
I'm just laughing, and I say to General, it's free therapy, really. Hey, for them and us.
Didn't Keithan tell us that she can hold her breath real long underwater?
A long time, I think so.
Okay, we'll just let this play out. This will be kind of hilarious.
Hey, Keithan, give me a stealth check.
Sound
Give me a stealth check with advantage, because you are under the water and you are also blue.
21.
21? Okay. Hey, if you want, Gnarl, you can give me a perception check.
Six. Keithan. I'm like
Yeah.
flashing the water.
Okay, Keithan. Yeah, you can do whatever you want. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, Gnarl has no idea where you are.
I'm just gonna swim about, just taking like my merry little time, checking out like some of the shit under there. And I think when it least expects it, I'm probably gonna like, yeah, all right. I'm gonna take a bite out of Gnarl's ankle, or like, like not like
Like a
chunk of
playful
their
little
flesh,
nibble.
a playful bite. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just like,
So yeah, so
like,
Gnarl,
swim.
so Gnarl, you're swimming, and you're like starting to like get really nervous because you're not finding Keithan anywhere. Like, and Tam's like eyes are wide, and he's like, "Where'd Keithan go? Like, where I can't see her anywhere." And then as you're panicking, you feel like this sting on your feet or like around your calf. And you don't know what it is. What is that? You're in the middle of the ocean. That could be fucking anything.
I'm fucking kicking. I don't know what it is. I'm gonna kick at it. And I'm gonna scream like a high pitched.
And then Tam's like, ah! Gnarl, are you okay?
There's something in the water. There's something in the water.
Get out then. Don't
It
just
ain't
stand there.
Keithan. It ain't Keithan.
Did it get Keithan? Did the thing in the water get Keithan?
Oh no.
I'm just laughing with Zenral. I don't know if Zenral's laughing, but I'm laughing.
What if something really did get Keithan though?
I doubt it.
When I kicked, did I feel anything?
Keithan, give me a dexterity check. Just like a general,
15.
a 15. I mean, like, you felt your foot graze something.
I'm gonna swim away.
Yeah.
Swim away. Doggy paddle.
What are you doing, Keithan?
Tam is near the shallow end, yeah?
Yeah.
He's not out in the, okay. I just wanted to make sure that he wasn't like out too far. I think after a little bit, I'm going to, if there's like some seaweed and things like that, I'm gonna try to grab seaweed and like drape it on myself.
Yes.
So like when I rise from the water, I just look like this like creepy thing.
Yes.
Just be like, fuck these guys. No.
Yes. I love it. I won't even. Okay, you're at a fucking beach. There's seaweed everywhere. What I want you to give me is a performance check.
Works for me. Come on. Ooh, 19.
A 19. Perfect. Okay, so slowly Tam comes back onto land, and Gnarl has already reached land, and both of them are like, Keithan still hasn't come out of the water. She might actually be dead. Like, Tam's eyes are wide and he's like kind of pale, and slowly out of the water you see like a little bump in the water, but it's not blue and scaly. Like, it's not, you see,
What the fuck is that?
and as it slowly just walks out of the water, you see this creature. It's just covered.
Picking up Tam.
Tam's
Can I
like,
tell-
what is that?
Can I tell what it is?
Give me an insight check.
I'm pulling out my crossbow. I don't know what the fuck this ocean thing is.
22.
A 22. Okay, only because it beats Keithan's performance score. You see like a little flash. You can kind of see like the color of her robes under it, and you can see like you can see her tail poking out from under the seaweed. Nobody else, everybody Everybody else is a little too panicked.
Really, like double over laughing and like reach out to like put my hand on Z's crossbow. Just like
Okay. I think I'll get the hint and I'll put it down and just be like, but still real hesitant because I don't know oceans. I don't know what's going on.
Keithan, what are you doing? What are you doing as...
I was gonna come up and like be all creepy trying to scare everyone, but after hearing Fion's like laughter, I'm like, all right, the jig is up. And I'll just like kind of like reveal some of the seaweed and like flop it to the ground, and then I'll throw some at Gnarl.
What is that?
That's seaweed. You can eat it when it dries.
Is it good?
Salty.
I'm gonna nom on a little bit of seaweed
Okay,
right
well,
now.
it's still wet, so it's gross.
It's the weirdest texture.
Yeah. Man, I told you guys like forever ago. Well, not forever ago, but I told you guys like in a cocktail hour in the past that it was gonna take way longer for us to have a fucking beach episode, but here we are.
All right. So now that all their shenanigans is done, Z's gonna like strip down and then like sit in the shallow end of the ocean.
Oh, yay.
Yeah. She's not gonna get too deep because, I mean, like, you know, Gnarl and her have grown up around like rivers and lakes, and sometimes lakes and stuff can have like leeches, and she doesn't know what's in an ocean. But yeah, she's gonna like walk and then like get her toes in the water and then like a little higher up and then just kind of like squat in it, I guess, and like just watch out the horizon.
It's a very pretty sight. Oh shit. It's a
You're
very
muted.
pretty sight.
Halo.
I know.
Okay, just checking.
It's a very pretty sight, is what I said.
I'm gonna unbuckle Maggie's saddle and toss it down, and I'm gonna hop up on her back and just like start galloping up and down the the water line, just like for funsies.
Okay, yeah, you do that.
I won't go too far.
So by now the sun has dipped below the horizon, and it's dark, but the stars, it's a full moon tonight, and the stars light up the sky. So even though it's dark, you can still see pretty clearly, and your moonlight trot with Maggie is very peaceful. Actually, Rox, while you're doing that, can you actually, you don't need to roll. I was gonna have you do a roll, but then I don't think you need to. As the moon rises, and you're trotting along the beach, are you going north or south down the beach?
We are galloping, and I'm going south. Like,
Okay, you're going south.
yeah,
So
not too far.
as you are galloping, that hum you've been hearing starts to morph a little bit. It's no longer a hum, but like a slow ah. It sounds like almost like a song, and you don't like, you feel it more in your heart than you hear it. And it sounds like a very pretty, calming song, and you feel your brooch warm against your chest, as you are galloping.
Can I see anything if I look toward the
Give me a perception check.
edge of the shore? You know, I don't know. It's not really forest beyond that. It's more like just scrubby, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Switch up the dice occasionally. Ooh, yeah. What was that? A perception check?
Yep.
Wow. 24.
On 24, so you can see it off in the distance, very far off in the distance. You see a couple figures. You see about 4 of them. One you almost didn't see. The only reason why you see them, like, it just looks like a set of robes that doesn't even have a person in them. but four figures.
And they're up. They're not on the sand, like on the shore. They're like up into the.
Nope, they're on the shore.
They're on the shore.
Just very far away, just at the very edge of your vision.
Do they look like they've seen me? I mean, I'm not being quiet, so.
No. They seem to be standing in some kind of circle.
Oh, okay. I'll just sort of pat my brooch and turn around and gallop back, see if I can kick some sand on the Zenral while they're sitting in the shallows.
Oh no, it started to get dark. I was getting out.
Oh, you did? Okay, never mind.
Oh yeah, there's no way. I don't know what's in this ocean. I don't know what's going on. I would have gotten been chilling in there for a little bit, but then it really started to get dark and her survival instincts are starting to kick back in, and she's like, all right, time to redress. We got to set up camp. She doesn't know how to build a fire in sand. What the hell? Help.
Tam easily builds a fire for the group on the beach. He actually builds kind of a bonfire. It's very warm, very big and very warm.
Keithan wanted to go into the sand and try to dig out some of the little sand crab things to munch on for snacks.
Give me a survival
And then
check.
if Z's nearby, Keithan will flag Z.
What?
Dude, come on, just come watch. Gnarl, if you want to come too.
Yeah, I'll come.
So then I'll take them into the damp area where the water's receding. And then you said survival?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. I was really afraid for a second. You were trying to show things and well, so much for that.
Yeah.
24.
Yeah, you find a bunch of little crabs in the dirt. You know exactly what to look for to know where you'll find little crabs in the sand.
Yeah, so you see Keithan pointing out little hole bubbles or holes in the sand, and then start digging with their claws, and then scoop out these weird brown little bugs that are crawling around that look probably about that big, and they're just crawling, and then toss one at Z, and I'll catch. And then dig, and you can feel them squirm in your hand, weird little crawlies. We can cook these up and have nice little snacks. And then I just bring a little handful, direct them if they want to dig and find some themselves.
I guess I'll I don't know, grab a bag off my pouch and stick this weird little bug. Do I squish it first and then put it in the bag, or?
You could probably just put it in the bag and then we'll cook them. We can boil them.
Okay, and I'll just put it in my pocket and then I'll start digging. Why not?
Okay.
This is a new fun thing.
If you guys start digging, both of you give me survival checks.
Can I assist them with it?
Hey, I got a 21.
You can assist one of them. You have to pick.
It
Okay.
was cocked, so I'm re-rolling.
I got a 21. I watched. I learned.
Okay. So
Dirty 20.
a dirty 20. So you don't need to help them. They
Yeah, I just look over. I'm they're doing all right.
Yeah. You're oh, they're
Quick learners. We're quick learners.
They're doing
Survival.
just fine. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, you guys together, you guys pick up a hefty haul of the sand butt bugs. At least that's what when you guys are finally done and return to where Tam has built up this massive bonfire for you guys. Tam is are those the butt bugs?
Oh no.
Not the butt bugs. Keithan just looks
Throw
at
one
Tam.
at Tam.
What was that, Neural?
I'm gonna throw one at Tam.
he says, and it kind of, Tam, you have learned just now, does not like bugs. Is not a fan. And he flips out.
So you can cook these and eat them. You can eat the seaweed.
Seaweed needs to be dried, and we need to boil these. Tam, do you have a pot to
I've
do
got-
a good little?
I've got a pot. He pulls out a camping pot.
I will have come back at this point, and I'm just gonna quietly cast Detect Poison and Disease.
Okay. Okay, yeah, you cast Detect Poison and Disease. Let's
Well, I can take 10 and do it as a ritual, so I'm gonna do that.
so Fion casts Detect Poison and Disease, the spell that ruined a campaign for Brennan Lee Mulligan, in Dimension 20, the College Humor D&D series. They do shorter sessions, and in one of the sessions, somebody cast the spell, and it derailed like almost his entire campaign. It was great.
Yes.
But so what Detect Poison and Disease does is, for the duration, you can sense the presence and location of poisons, poisonous creatures, and diseases within 30 feet of you. You also identify the kind of poison, poisonous creature, or disease in each case. So
No, sand crabs aren't toxic.
These tiny sand crabs aren't toxic to you guys, but you do. But you do identify several jellyfish that are in the water 30 feet away from you.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. And I will also check the seaweed. I'm going to gather out a bunch of the seaweed.
Okay. Yeah, you gather up a bunch of seaweed that is obviously not poison, because you can tell.
Excellent. Yes. And I'll just start like draping it over. So I'll find some like sticks or something. I'll try to like drape the seaweed up. And then, since you were just talking about creative uses of spells, we'll see if this works. I'm going to try Destroy Water, create or destroy water.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
See if I can dry them instantly.
I'll allow it. That sounds fun.
Snacks.
Yeah, you like hold your hands over it, and then as you're like muttering your spell words, like they shrivel up under your hands. And yeah, well, you destroy water, you don't displace it, so yeah, they just like shrivel up, and then you got yourself some dry seaweed.
Okay, I'll divvy that up for everybody.
Tam is like, I wish I had rice.
Oh,
Why?
Good.
Oh, so one of the things I saw, I didn't get to see it, but one of the students at the Culinary Academy, one day for lunch, they made it's called sushi. It's where you get fish that aren't poisonous. You don't cook them, and you combine them with rice and seaweed and like sometimes and like other stuff, like sometimes it's cucumber, sometimes it's like avocado, and then you roll them up into like a weird little rolly thing, and it tastes really good. It's a little slimy though, but it's really good.
Z's very confused and does not like the idea of not cooking fish.
There's like, meat that you don't have to cook out there. There's not a lot. You should cook most of your meat, but like fish, sometimes it's okay.
It's true. I can vouch for that.
Ethan, do you eat raw fish?
Occasionally.
Yeah,
sometimes it's nice to have those grill marks, though. Plus, like the scales aren't as noticeable. It's a little weird when they get stuck on the teeth.
Ew.
That's true. But raw salmon is great. Never had
delicious.
That. So good.
It's nice and fatty. Like when you get a good like steak of it. Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like look at Gnarl with like a cocked eyebrow, like what?
Try the seaweed. It's salty, sort of crispy.
Yeah, make sure you got like what happens with, at least with Z, is Tam is like he's like, yeah, again, you make sure to have some, and then he like kind of stops, and like he's like kind of realizing what he's doing, and then kind of like just quietly puts down like a little jug of water in front of Z. It's salty.
Well, thanks, Tam. You chip and take a little bit of water, and then I'll give him back his water because I have a pouch.
He will take back his pouch and quietly put it next to him.
I
pass out the bugs once they finish boiling.
They're delicious. And they're a different color now.
Do you eat the whole thing, Keith? And they're quite small, or do you pick them apart?
Personally, I just pop them all in my mouth.
You guys
Alright.
don't
And
have
wrap
teeth
them
that
in
are made
seaweed.
for
Yeah.
that.
Go big or go home. I'll jam one in my mouth, crunch it up.
Yeah, it's very crunchy and uncomfortable on your teeth, but what's inside is delicious.
I'll just like spit out the shell bits like afterwards.
Tam, who seems to know what these are, breaks one open with like his thumb and forefinger and just kind of like sucks the meat out.
I'll copy him after the first couple.
I'm still like trying to put them in my mouth and eat them like Ethan. Like,
I have a story about this. Also, very similar, but not quite. I didn't try artichoke until I was like 13 years old. I didn't have so artichoke is another one of those foods you eat special. So I just remember my mom got like one day just brought an artichoke home with some mayonnaise, and so she was dipping them, and I wasn't paying attention to how she was eating it, so I just took an artichoke leaf, dipped it in mayonnaise, and just popped the whole thing in my mouth, and I was like, wow, this is real tough. I don't understand why people like eating it. And she was like, Haley, did you just put that whole leaf in your mouth? And I was like, uh-huh. Yeah. And she was like, no, honey, no. And she like takes one, dips it, and just like scrapes it with her teeth, and I was like, oh, okay. So yeah.
Yeah, especially if you didn't cut off the prickles on the ends of the leaves.
Yep. I was like, why do people eat this? And then I found out quickly they don't eat it like that. So that's why they don't. Makes sense. Anyway, you guys have a very nice dinner. Who wants to do, it's starting to get late. Do you guys want to do watches, or is there anything else? Anything? Okay, how do you guys want to set up watches?
I'll take first watch. If anybody wants to join me, they can. They don't have to.
Okay.
Take first watch with Theon.
Righty.
Okay, have fun. And Tam says, I'll take the morning one.
I will also take the morning watch.
As soon as General says that,
That's what I thought.
yeah, Tam is like, or you know what, maybe I could take the middle. I could do the middle one.
Tam, you shouldn't take watch by yourself.
Well, maybe I could do it with Keith and Keith. Do you want to take
Sure.
middle watch with? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. See there, I won't be by myself.
That's good.
And then Tam just kind of falls quiet again and breaks open another thing and like sucks the meat out. And
I'll go sit next to Tam and just kind of like bump into him and like put my head down low, like mirror his, trying to be like sneak. You okay?
He jumps. Like you see him start a little bit. He looked like he was very purposefully focusing on eating his little crab buggy boys, and then looks at you, Gnarl, and then looks back and then kind of avoids your gaze and breaks another one of the things. He's like, yeah, I'm okay.
It's okay to feel how you're feeling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
And
know
if
that's what you guys keep saying.
You wanna talk about it?
And Tam like kind of chews on that for a second. No, not yet.
All right.
Thank you.
Rough with hair.
Yeah. He goes, oh man.
And then I'll go sit next to Z
Okay.
and eat some bugs.
Eat some more bugs. And you guys have a very good night. first, unless there's anything else you guys want to do, it's you guys go to bed, or everybody except for Fionn and Gnarl go to bed.
I will let everyone know, just in case you were thinking about wading in the water during your watch. There's jellies out there. They can sting you, so just be careful.
There's what out there?
What
Jellies?
are jellies? What?
Yeah. What?
It's sort of like squishy, floating.
You guys have heard of gelatinous cubes.
I don't know what a jelly is.
I don't think they have brains. I think they're just sort of floating, dumb jelly blobs, but they'll sting you.
They're hard to see. They're kind of clear, so in the water they can be a little challenging. But you'll feel them when you get them.
What's that?
What'd you say, Gnarl?
You let me go in there with brainless jellies?
Tam smiles a little bit, and
About them at the time. I didn't know about them at the time, but also they tend to come out more at night. So
Tam. Sorry, I keep interrupting you. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You're good. Okay.
Tam, like, a small smile forms on Tam's face, and then he like looks at Nar and he's like, "It's okay if they stab you. We can just pee on you."
That's right.
What? I've been there. I've done that. It's not really my thing.
Immediately, you immediately see regret on his face. His face just turns bright red, and he immediately looks away. He's like, "Ah!"
There's people in life that like
No,
things.
stop! I don't want it.
Ethan is just laughing her ass off at Gnarl's comment.
So is Z.
For those of you who don't know, he's actually telling the truth. It does treat jelly stings quite well, but anyway.
I thought that was a thing that people did sometimes.
No, stop!
No, I did. It was like a medical thing.
I'm going to bed. I'm gonna go to bed.
He's like, "I'm also going to bed." And he like, you see like Tam like stomp over to his like bedroll, and he takes his little pillow and he lays down on his stomach and he takes his little pillow and then he like he'll just like stuffs it over his head to cover his ears. So yeah, Tam's in bed.
Z's in bed.
I guess when we start to take our watch, Gnarl will either sit next to or stand next to Fionn.
Stood a little ways.
Been peed on before.
I've never been stung by a jelly. I haven't had that pleasure, so no, I haven't. I hear it hurts quite a bit.
It does sound terrible.
And no,
Also,
I haven't had any other occasion either.
it's not great.
To each their own.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't judge. I tried it. It's just not my thing.
That's fair.
Yeah.
For your guys' watch, give me some perception checks, or if one of you wants to give the other advantage.
I will give Fionn advantage.
If that was not the end of the conversation, I'll be happy to continue it, but hold on a sec. Which one am I gonna pick? Yeah, let's do these. Amazing. I love you, teams. Are you fucking kidding me? I rolled 2 natural ones. Oh no!
You have
I should have said this, by the way. I told everybody about what I saw on the beach, the people on the beach. I'm so sorry, Halo. I should have said that. During dinner, I told them about the people.
You better take a picture of that.
Yeah, I'll take a picture of it. So, I mean, I get like a +7, so it's still an 8, but like...
No, that's 2 natural ones is what it is. So I'm gonna say, like, you're not acting flustered by Gnarl asking if you've been peed on, but like in your brain, inside your brain space where you're utterly alone, that is all you can think about is the fact that Gnarl asked you if you've ever been peed on. And you cannot focus on anything else.
Yeah, just going over like, why would you ask somebody that exactly, and what would it have if I said yes? What kind of conversation would that have been? Yeah, just pondering that.
That's 2 natural ones.
I know. We're gonna die, guys, and I'm not gonna know it when I'm not gonna see it coming.
So yeah, Gnarl, like, Fion's just quiet. Like, she seems pensive.
I don't look like unhappy or anything,
Yeah.
but I'll just kind of go sit a little ways like down toward the water and just sit in the sand and keep an eye out on the ocean.
I'll follow, and I'll kind of try to keep an eye out, like, on the horizon. Sorry, I know that was a really weird question. I just was trying to talk to you, and it seemed appropriate to ask since it was the topic at the time.
You know, it's not the worst conversation starter I've ever heard. You just have to be asking the right person, I suppose. I'm not offended.
You grew up, you said, on a farm or something?
Oh, I did. Well, sort of. Yes, it was a farm, sort of a little ways outside of a fishing village. So, definitely eaten my share of raw fish. And yeah, I grew up just taking care of farm animals and taking care of the sheep. So that's what this is made of, and I show them my shawl, my like plaid green shawl.
It's made out of sheep?
Mm-hmm. I'll take it off and toss it over if they want to look at it.
Is there flesh?
Oh, no, it's not. You just shave the fur off, and then you make that out of the fur. The sheep are perfectly happy. Good question. I'm sorry I didn't specify.
Seems warm.
It's very warm. And it's waterproof too, not completely. But quite a useful garment.
That's really neat.
My sister made it. I don't know how to weave. Mm-hmm. I don't know how to weave myself, but she's quite good at it.
Was it like a trade your family did, or did she just do it because?
She did sell them in the market sometimes, but mostly just made them for family and friends. I thought she could make a business out of it. As I said, she's quite good. But we lived off of, the money from my family lives off of the money from the wool and the meat we raise and all that other good stuff. So mostly trading in the village, really. You sort of trade for what you need with what you have.
We did that too. We traded a lot within our village when we were younger. But we were more like leather and stuff like that. So
I was going to ask what your folks specialized in.
No, we did a lot of fighting. I mean, we did have people who specialize, but it wasn't like it was because we needed it. Yeah. Do you miss your family?
I do. Quite a lot. I've never been away from them for this long before. And we don't know how much longer it's going to be, so.
Will you go back eventually?
Absolutely.
That sounds really nice.
It's beautiful.
So you're used to like the ocean and like this kind of environment?
And the hills and the forests and other wild places. Spent a lot of time outdoors, as you can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if your family were fighting folk and my family were folk that worked in the outdoors, I can't say probably either of us are surprised to hear that from each other. I wouldn't have taken you for a child who grew up picking daisies.
Well, my mama, she was actually a healer.
Was she?
Mm-hmm. And she was really sweet. She liked flowers, and she would make us like flower crowns when we were little, and she used to put, I hated it, but she would put flowers in my hair all the time. I think eventually she caught on. Flowers weren't for me. She was real soft on us.
Sometimes it's nice for a mum to be soft a little bit. What kind of healing did she do? Did she have a specialty?
Well, it's kind of hard to remember, but I think she just picked things up from her family. I remember her saying that her dad was like a doctor or something like that. Were you? What?
She had a handful, I was going to say, with you and your sibling.
Yeah, a little bit. We got in a lot of fights, so she had to fix us up a lot. I miss her a lot sometimes. Well, yeah, I'm gonna look over there real quick. I'll come back.
And that's how your watch goes. It's great. It's beautiful. It's my favorite scene. And eventually, you guys get up and how do you wake up Keithan and Tam for their watch?
I put a sand crab down Tam's shirt.
Yeah, so at first Tam doesn't quite feel the skittering on his chest, but then slowly you see him like kind of twitch, like something tickles, and then slowly he twitches again, and then slowly opens his eyes and like looks down, and then you hear him go ah! 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 And as he like jumps up and tries to get it off of him, and he's like, what happened?
It's time for watch. Get up.
Okay. Okay, he says, and slowly it like feeling that like, you know, that like super groggy adrenaline, like where you like don't know what the fuck is going on, but like your body is like fight or flight. And yeah, that's Tam right now, and he like just kind of sits down for a second and like he sits down on his bedroll and stares at his hands for a couple of seconds before he's like,
I'll pass him my canteen of water.
he takes a sip of water and is like, it's watch time.
It's watch time.
Okay. He like rubs his eyes and is like,
Did Keithan sleep through this?
huh?
Did Keithan sleep through this? No, okay.
Not through that. No.
So yeah, he takes his place in front of the fire, with Keithan.
Yeah.
Do you want to do a perception check?
Sure.
Okay. Oh, I am in the wrong. I was like a +7 with advantage for Tam. That's not his thing. I was not in Tam's character sheet. Okay. Tam will. What's your bonus to perception?
I had a +2. But I also just rolled a nat 1, so.
Jesus, it's really going around today because Tam had 2 nat 1s today.
To start the game, and then Fionn had 2 in a row. Like,
Tam
damn.
Tam rolled a fucking 2 on his perception check.
Cool. So we're really good at this, guys.
Yeah. So yeah, Tam immediately, like, Tam is sitting for a watch next to Keithan, and you can see him like he's clutching the water skin that Fionn gave him in his hands, and as he's like sitting next to you, you can see him like. And like after probably like,
I just push him a little bit to make sure he's awake.
yeah, you like push him and he like falls to the ground and immediately gets back up and he's like, I'm up, I'm awake. Do you hear anything?
Just you're like snoozing and the ocean waves crashing.
I'm not sleeping. I'm not. No, I'm not sleeping.
Zenra was right. You definitely can't take a watch by yourself.
No, I'm usually it's just I woke up scared and now I'm calming down and it's making me sleepy.
Why does watch scare you?
No, it doesn't scare me. No, there was something on me and it woke me up and it was scary.
You're
Sweetheart.
outside. Things are always on you.
Sweetheart, I think people a mile away could hear you. Would you mind piping down?
Sorry.
Thanks, love.
But you're outside. It's kind of like it comes with the territory.
Well, it was.
If something's crawling on you, like you either eat it or you smush it.
Well, I didn't. You know, when you don't expect something to be on you, it's scary. And I was sleeping, and I didn't expect anything to be on me, and it was a bug, and it was gross.
Have you realized you're outside?
You're
and there's bugs all
outside.
around you? Yeah. I eat the things outside.
Ugh, he says. You don't get it, Keithan. You'll just eat everything.
I mean, just about.
Would you even eat? He like thinks on it for a while. Would you even eat a butt?
Like a butt of a human? Or like of
Yeah.
other animal?
Would you eat anything's butt?
I mean, as long as it's, yeah, why not?
Ew, that's the butt.
It's
It's
still meat.
but it's the butt.
Do you avoid the cow butt or pig butt?
I cut it up. Some people eat it, but I don't want to eat it because that's the butt.
I mean, I get the intestines, like maybe, but like, oh man, it's just the butt. It's just like the fattier portion. It usually cooks a little bit better because it has like more fat, so it's juicier. So if you feel like burning that, it definitely can start like a good fire from all the fat burning off. It's tasty. It's very flavorful. I do recommend it.
No, I'd never eat a butt. Oh, god damn it, Tease! Tam says I'd never eat a... He is resolute. I'd never eat a butt. Butts are gross. I think, watch goes like that. Like, Tam, like, I think throughout...
Recording session or...
My LNG one. Oh, sorry.
No, it's
I didn't
cool.
realize. What would you say?
I think throughout Keithan and Tam's watch, like, Tam will keep asking Keithan if she'd be willing to eat, like, different things he finds gross. Like, there's the butt conversation, and he's like, would you be willing to eat a worm? Would you be willing to eat, like, earthworms?
And all you're getting is like a bunch of you get a bunch of like Keithan just saying yes, 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 unless it's like teeth or like bone necessarily. Just because like unless you feel like something like really hard to like either like fuck with your teeth or like you don't necessarily need all that crunch.
Okay.
That's probably what Keithan would say no to. But if it's like meaty, you're pretty much gonna get like a yeah.
Okay, yeah, and Tam is just like, you can see Tam just kind of like, even though he keeps going, ew, God, why would you eat that, ew, you can see he's kind of having a good time. Like,
I mean, how do you know if you don't like it if you haven't tried it? If you're not willing to try it.
Because I know it's gross. Just look at it. It's gross. It's a butt, and it's worms, and beetles, and they're gross.
One of the high-ranking food things was crickets. Maybe you need to
Okay, but that was made by a
widen your
super fancy.
palate.
Okay, but that was made by a super fancy guy like Zagok. Zagok can make anything taste good.
Well, I guess it depends on what kind of chef you want to be. If you want to be a chef.
I don't want to be a chef. I want to be a wizard.
Yeah. But Michael's a little bit of a better cook.
Yeah, kinda. But he wants to do it. Like, I just want to cook so I can cook for you guys. So I can do something for you guys.
It's good that you want to contribute.
Thanks.
You still got a ways to go, but it's good that you're willing to contribute.
He nods. And then there's like a long pause before he's like, I'm sorry breakfast was so bad.
It's just nice when you can actually taste the meat. Like when it's just kind of like charcoaled and like, yeah, I mean, you learn something, you'll make a better sandwich next time.
Mm-hmm.
But just because you make a shitty sandwich doesn't mean you stop making sandwiches.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, I know what I did last time, and yeah, I won't do that again tomorrow. And the sandwiches tomorrow are gonna be better, I promise.
All right. Well, we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
Realistic expectations. I mean, obviously the others didn't think it was as terrible, but they thought I gave you a hard time.
He like kind of he kind of like shrugs and says, yeah, it hurt my feelings, but also like sometimes I think people are too nice to me. So like it's like
That's what I'm saying.
Everybody's like, you know, oh Tam, well, they don't say that, of course. People don't say stuff a lot, but I can tell they're just like, oh Tam, your mom died. You watched your mom get murdered in front of you by this terrifying beast. So we should be real gentle with you and make sure nothing bad ever happens to you. And I'm like, it just makes, like, I know you just feel bad for me because you know that happened, and it makes me think about it more, you know? And I don't, like, don't want to think about it all the time.
Death is a thing that happens.
Yeah.
It's a normal life situation and something that you experienced, and you just move on from there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. I guess. Maybe. I don't know. And with that, your watch passes. And at around like when the sun kind of starts to crest, like barely, like you can see like the beginnings of light in the sky. Tam looks at Keithan a little bit nervously and says, "Can you wake up Xanarol, please?"
I can tell that there's something weird going on there, yeah.
Nuh-uh.
All right, you're gonna have to deal with it eventually, though. And like Keithan just looks at Tam,
Yeah, okay.
and then I'll go to little Z's area.
Okay. How do you wake up Z?
I just poke with one of my little claw thingies. Like, eh. Your turn.
What? Okay. Hold on. And I'll just like stretch and sit up. And then I'll stand up. And I guess just get going to watch.
Okay. You get to go to your watch and give me a perception check.
Let's hope I do better than the rest of you.
Fucking A. I wanted something to happen this episode.
Hey! It's a nat 20.
It's a nat 20? Okay, woo!
Z had no distractions.
A nat 20 plus 7.
Fuck, yeah, there we fucking go, y'all. So yeah, you sit at your watch, and apparently everybody else was too distracted, but like once you sit in the quiet, like you hear it. You begin to hear you're like, oh, is this the hum that Keithan and Fionn were talking about? But it sounds less like a hum now. It's you hear the song, and you almost hear words, but they're not words you understand.
Okay. I think I'm gonna walk like along the coastline, and maybe I'll start heading that direction. I know Fionn told us about the group, so I'll kind of like head that way. I'm trying to use maybe the coastline as like
a
sound
guide
cover, I guess. Yeah,
okay.
and guide. Because I'm assuming we're on a beach, and there's probably grass over that way in the ocean, so maybe I should walk in the grass, actually. Yeah, I'll head to the grass, not the ocean. I wanted to walk along the ocean, but
okay,
I'll head to the grass side.
Because of your natural 20, that you definitely deserved, you walk, and you in the grass, and eventually you are able to see this group of 4 individuals. They are each holding hands and have their heads trained towards the full moon above, and you can see it's kind of beautiful. Like they're like glowing somethings that look like stars around them, slowly rising up into the sky.
Now that I'm closer, can I hear the words?
You can hear the words. You do not understand the language.
Oh, lame. Because I'm at work.
Yeah.
Half work.
I can tell you for a fact that you do not understand the language.
Okay. So I think I'll probably just maybe walk back towards the group a little bit, like my group. But I want to be able to keep an eye on this chanting group and my group at the same time.
Sure. You are
hidden in the bushes.
Hidden in the bushes. Give me a stealth check.
Cool. Not great. It's a 12.
Okay. You think you hide in the bushes. You don't think they'll see you. You kind of fire away. You're like, yeah, I don't have to hide that well because they're far away.
They're far away. I am black. Well, the moon is full, but you know.
So you just kind of keep an eye on them, and it seems like nothing happens. But as the light breaches the horizon, you can see the stars fading. And when at about the end of your watch, you can see them disengage with each other and retreat to four little tents that all look very different from each other.
Okay.
Well, I guess you can see them. So, like, one tent looks like this dirty little shack. One tent seems to be made of sewn together, like, pieces of leather. One tent seems to be more fishing net than anything. And then there's just a bedroll.
I will go back to my group.
Okay.
And for whatever time I have left, I will, again, just like stand on the coastline and kind of like watch the ocean and then look at my group. And I'll just kind of like back and forth between the two.
Okay. So yeah, eventually it's light outside. And you think it's about time that you can wake everybody up. Nothing else special happens.
Okay. Might do that.
Okay.
I'll start with probably like Fionn and Gnarl because I know that they took first watch, so they've had the most amount of sleep.
Okay.
Alrighty. I'll get up and maybe go for a dip in the ocean.
Okay.
I'm going for my run and doing my workout.
Okay. When Tam wakes up, he's gonna try to make breakfast again. He's gonna try to make something with the leftover Krabby Boys and the seaweed and what he has, and we'll do a little roll for him.
He's a good kid.
Better.
While he's doing that, I'll probably talk to Fionn and be like, hey, so, and I'll tell Fionn like what I saw last night during my watch. Just because she saw them first. And...
So you still saw four, right? Four tents.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose they're a religious group doing their thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't
know
much about them, so.
Me neither. Could you hear what they were saying?
I didn't understand it.
Give me, if you want to, you can give me a raw intelligence check to try and make the noises that they were making. Yeah. Like, it sounded kind of like
Okay. Just intelligence, yeah?
Yep, just an intelligence check.
Hey, not bad. That's a 19.
A 19? Okay,
yeah.
So you remember picking, because combined your high roll with your intelligence combined with your high perception roll when you were listening to them, you can accurately pick out some of the specific sounds that they were making. And Fionn, you recognize those words. They are Druidic. They were speaking the Druidic language.
Are there any particular words that I should take note of? Like,
So
singing, or like what
Um,
did Z manage to relay to me?
it sounds kind of like a prayer to Mother, a call to Mother to come back.
Oh. Huh. That was very well done, General.
Really?
It was. It's Druid language.
Oh,
So
well, that's convenient.
I learned it from my teacher. Calling Mother to come back.
Well, if they're a coven, and from what little I know, would you think they would be calling to the like All Mother?
To Null.
No. No.
That's
No.
what I would
Null with a U, yeah.
Oh no, that was in character.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh.
No. No. I think it's
That's
no.
too. I think so.
Maybe they would be friendly. I don't know. I wonder.
Yeah.
Wonder if they've got any info. Because since we're dealing with potential children of hers.
That's interesting. Or on supernatural happenings, or do you think we should go talk to them? I mean, I wouldn't imagine they'd be hostile.
They might be hostile at the moment, considering they were just up all night.
Sleep deprivation doesn't do anyone any good. That's
No, it makes you grumpy.
I mean, I'd be happy to go try if we think it would possibly do any good.
I mean, I'd help, but I'm not much of a talker. I'm more of a bodyguard.
Let's
Just some thoughts, I guess, after you would drop that nice little nugget of information.
why don't we ask what Gnarl and Keithan think?
Okay.
So we'll head back up. I'll try to dry my clothes off a little bit. Head back up to ask Gnarl and Keithan.
If Gnarl's back from their workout.
Oh, are you still at work? You're still out working out, probably.
DM, am I still working out?
I mean, how long do you want to work out for?
I usually come back when breakfast is being served.
Okay, then yeah, you probably are, because breakfast was served before that.
Oh wait,
Before
I
the
can
conversation.
Oh, breakfast was served before that?
Before this conversation, like as soon as everybody started waking up, Tam started making breakfast.
Oh, I was
Okay.
trying to do it during his making breakfast.
Yeah, that's what we were. Because I was just gonna
Okay.
hop in for like first thing. So
Okay.
so I'll come. I'll tell everybody while we eat.
Yeah.
We'll talk to them.
Okay.
All, so that works.
The food is better, not much though.
Oh.
No.
The
Better
DM and
is-
Tam have been plagued with bad rolls today.
I was rolling really well for the first half, but it always comes back to bite you.
Okay, so so you tell them about the thing?
Yeah, I'll tell everybody what I saw from last night during my watch, and then like if Fionn wants to jump in and tell us.
Right.
And so my thoughts are like maybe they'll have information on some of the going on if they're trying to call back Mother, and considering we are dealing with her children. I don't know. It's just a shot in the dark.
I certainly would be happy to go and speak to them, or if anyone wants to come along. But I just wanted to see if we thought that would be useful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a possibility.
All right.
If you want to talk to them, I can come with you if you want.
All right. Could use a bodyguard. You never know.
Wait, I want to talk to the coven too.
Let's just go two of us. I don't want to overwhelm them.
Yeah, you don't want to seem like you're trying to outnumber them, I think.
Okay.
Good job on right time.
Really? You don't gotta lie to me.
It was better.
Okay.
I'm not lying.
Yeah, it was better.
I'll get up.
Okay. I think as Gnarl and Fionn get up to go leave, I think we're gonna end there.
I still have to choose my spells for this morning, and I was just like scrambling, like. Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Well, as you guys are leaving to meet this coven, we'll leave you there.
Hey.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. Because it's about that time. So thank you guys for watching with us. Rox, you got stuff to say?
Hey. Yes, indeed. If you have not caught up with our previous content, or if you're just joining in to see this episode a little on the late side, you can catch up on our YouTube channel, which we will be updating shortly with this episode if it is not up already. But there's 13 other episodes for you to check out, and I still don't know what accent I'm doing. Okay, I'm myself. So our new episodes air every other Sunday on Twitch at 4 p.m. Pacific time, and they rerun on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Pacific time. You can also check us out on Twitter at Gentledice, and we have a Discord as well, which you can find in our link tree, which may or may not be appearing somewhere in the chat at this very moment, but it's linktree/Ladies and Gentledice. So yeah, come on and join us. I think that covers it.
Yep, that should be good. Thank you so much, Rox. Once again, this has been Ladies and Gentledice. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a wonderful rest of your night. Bye-bye.
Bye.